Welcome back to American Girl Collectors. So I'm going to be doing the long-awaited American Girl wig swap. I never do these, only because I used to keep my American Girl dolls, Truly Me dolls, Be Forever dolls, Girls of the Year dolls, and contemporary dolls, all wearing the same hairstyle that you would find them wearing at the American Girl place. For example, Truly Me 26 over here. She's used to having dark blonde curly hair. It's not really like springy curly, it's more of a wave curly. And it's medium length up to her elbow, but I gave her ginger copper, what some people call redhead hair. And it's sort of long too. And it's wavy, so I just think that it looks really nice on her. She has tan skin. And it's very different than the dark brown that she's used to. But this is my Whitney doll, Truly Me 26. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at another doll. Here I have a Truly Me 31. She was my first dark skin doll to add to my American Girl collection. When I got her, she had dark brown hair. It was pretty much a black color, medium length, but it was sort of long and it looked really pretty. I thought she would look good with a random color hair, and it's really easy to make these, to be honest. All you need is a sock. Cut the sock in half, attach it to the doll head, and even if you don't want to ruin your doll's hair underneath, you could still keep the wig the way it is, because when you first get an American Girl doll, the hair is very thin and it comes with a hairnet. So leave that hairnet on. Get half the sock that you had cut off, the top part, not the ankle part, the part that's on your toes, and then put it over the doll's head, and then go ahead and add the yarn hair or the plastic hair or whatever hair you're using, because that way you can sort of conceal the real hair underneath, but at the same time you can still have another colorful wig on top, and you're not damaging any hair for the dolls, and they'll still look wonderful with, I guess they have two sets of hair on their head, but at least the one underneath would be concealed. So I gave her long purpley sparkly hair because I found that ball of yarn at Walmart and I thought it was really nice how there's like a sparkle to it. So keep in mind that if you don't want to damage your doll's real wig underneath, just get a sock, which is actually very stretchy and big enough to cover the wig underneath. So let's look at another doll. Here we have a Melody Ellison Be Forever doll. Everybody knows that she has short hair up to her shoulders, I guess, just over the shoulder with bangs. And it is lots of cute. It's very cute on her and everything, but I thought I would give her something totally opposite. Considering that wig is really small, all you need is, of course, a hairnet that comes with the doll, and then a sock, half a sock, like I mentioned earlier. And then all you got to do is, you could even use glue gun to attach the yarn hair, or I guess plastic hair. I recommend yarn. I don't really recommend plastic hair, but if that's what you can find, then I guess you could use it on dolls. Not really on humans, because it's not made to wash that hair. So you don't want to wash it. But on dolls, you're not going to be washing them anyways. So just an air freshener, a can of air freshener would be good. So I gave her this reddish, pinkish, whitish highlights, really long. It's past her her bum. It's like near her knees, actually, the back of her knees. So I think it looks really great on her because we have the bangs pushed aside now and bright, colorful hair. It just looks really pretty on her, and I'm glad she gets to wear this wig. Even though she can still have her real hair underneath, she doesn't want to wear it anymore. She could just take it right off, and it's hiding underneath. So let's look at another doll. Here I have a recent doll that I just showed the other day when I got her in the mail and I unboxed her. So when you seen me unbox her, you knew that she had brown hair, very thin, about up to her elbow, and she did come with a hairnet like all dolls. So what I did was I used the sock technique, and I kept the hairnet, and then you can't even tell really. So if I have the the brown hair underneath and the blonde hair on top. You cannot even tell. But anyways, she's here rocking Courtney Moore's sweater, and I really like how colorful her outfit is. These are actually mine, my headband, head ears, those sort of things. But I let my dolls wear them because somehow it still fits on their head. So yeah, this is I call her Kayla, by the way. And she looks good with this blonde, wavy hair. And there's some highlights and lowlights in it. So that was this doll. Now let's go ahead and look at another one. I have here my classic doll, classic face mold with pale skin. But of course this doll, you can get in any hair color and eye color. So it doesn't really look very different. I'm using one of my dolls here, and her hair was sort of like up to the shoulder, but I thought I would just give this doll hair extensions, which actually makes it look like a whole nother type of wig. And it's just very long, like it's almost up to her feet actually, but I don't like to make it too long. For example, one of my Our Generations doll, she's a hairstyling doll, and I actually had to trim like an inch of it because it was dragging all over the floor. So you just don't want it to like be Rapunzel almost. You just want it to be long. And I think she looks really, really nice with this long, dark brown hair. And it suits her considering she can wear any hairstyle whenever she wants. This doll, I didn't use the sock technique because it could still be the same wig. All you got to do is attach the extensions somewhere in between the hair. I just basically, it depends on how well you want to keep the hair, but you could just use like a clip inside somewhere of the hair, and it'll stay, so it should be fine that way, and you're not damaging any of the doll's hair. So that was one doll. Let's look at another one. Here we have my very first American Girl doll. She was my Truly Me 42, but of course, over the years, her hair has been getting shorter and shorter. I don't know if it's I try not to iron it too much, but I did used to iron it, curl it, straight it. So it kind of like gets dried out and it gets shorter. But that's fine because this bright, colorful wig that you put on top is big enough to conceal the other one underneath. So I don't really do much to her other than because she's usually only wearing dark brown hair in the Truly Me collection. So her face mold and her tan skin. She is a classic mold, but she's tan skin. So a lot of people have this doll actually. So I thought it'd be fun to give her a bright neon colorful hair because it just pops and makes her look great. And it matches her socks and cell phone, her purse, I don't know. It just looks so colorful. So that was my first Truly Me American Girl doll. Now let's look at another one. I have here a Joss Kendrick Girl of the Year doll. She's the Girl of the Year presently. And she has like a dark blonde, light brown hair. But I thought it would be nice if I gave her dark brown hair, which is sort of like a black meets brown. And this wig is layered, so it could be long, medium, and sort of short, as if there's bangs pushed to the side. I think that she looks good wearing a dark wig because everybody's used to seeing her with lighter hair, but I think the dark hair suits her really well. And the only reason why I agreed, I had never ever wig swapped her before. But a lot of people were saying, since American Girl dolls are bald, they're doing it, why don't I try it also? So I said, fine, I'll go ahead and wig swap her. So I'm actually really excited to see the different combinations I could do, especially with Joss Kendrick, which is a doll that always has the same hair, her face mold. So let's go ahead and look at another doll. So I have here a doll that you never really see wear long hair like this. Nellie O'Malley actually has short hair, but she looks so different, Be Forever doll. She looks so different with long wavy hair. So I thought it'd be nice to add that little combination because sometimes when you find Be Forever dolls, let's say Samantha, her friend, Nellie's friend, would have shoulder length hair with bangs. It would look like a whole nother doll. but it's still Samantha, just with a different hairstyle. So when you have a doll that has short hair, you don't want it to, and you don't want to show the layers, because you'll see like it's short here and then it's long there. You got to put the hair extensions on top, not in between like I did with the brown hair doll. You just want to like put the hair on top and it'll cover it completely. And this one has waves and straightened stuff to it, so you could tell there's like there's another hairstyle underneath. This hair is different. But then there's the yarn that I used. So that was one doll. Now let's look at the last doll I'm going to show, the last face mold. Here we have a Luciana Vega mold, who was a Girl of the Year. She could also pass as a Truly Me doll, of course, because she has brown eyes and tan skin, and she's the Josefina face mold. I thought I should give her white blonde hair because it would be really nice, and it's sort of dreaded in a way where it looks like she's like from a beach or something, and it would just look really pretty, as if, because her tan skin and white blonde hair, it looks like she's living on a beach. I don't really know how to explain it, but she has that sun-kissed look. But because there's some blonde, dark blonde underneath and white blonde on top, it looks really, really pretty. And it's long, of course, all the way in the back. And yeah, so I think she looks really pretty wearing this white hair, because we're always used to seeing her with dark hair, but she looks great with this hair. So here we have a Z Yang doll, but because she was a contemporary doll, you can actually find her mold and her hair on the Truly Me list, but I noticed that the Z Yang hair was a bit longer than the Truly Me dolls. I gave her a pink and blue wavy long wig because I thought she should really deserve a nice long bright colorful wig, since she's always wearing the black one, or I don't know, dark brown. It's just like kind of boring all the time. So I thought that having really bright, colorful, long, wavy hair would be nice. If you're wondering how to even curl yarn hair, you don't even need a hair curler. If you have a clothes iron, one of those handle ones where like you spray water and you iron your clothes with, you can actually wave the hair, put it in braids or hair curlers or whatever you want to use, and put the iron on top. It leaves it really wavy, but of course the wave will fall out, so you could use some type of school glue or matte hardening that will actually leave the waves in all the time. So I think this Z Yang doll looks beautiful with this light pink blue hair, and it actually matches her outfit, so I'm really glad she gets to wear it. Let's look at another doll. So I have here Tenny Grant, and everybody knows Tenny Grant only has long blonde hair, but I thought it'd be cool if I gave her long black hair because, well, she's still the classic face mold, pale skin, except her fingernails. Sometimes you can't, actually sometimes people don't even know that Tenny Grant has a different face hand mold. Especially if they're holding something, so they could pass as a classic mold. If you remove the freckles, I don't know if you can still see, but nail polish remover actually removes the freckles. And then later you want the freckles back. All you need is a washable brown marker. You can buy those at the dollar store. They're like what little children use to color with. A brown one, and you just dot it back on her face. Of course, it's not the exact dots that it was when you got her, because the dots are probably like scattered differently, but nobody can really tell that. So I think that to hide her hair was different. Whenever you have a doll like Tenny, who I played with her hair so many times, it's obviously really poofy and dried out, and I played with it so much. You want it, I didn't even bother using a hairnet. You would get the doll's hair and make a bun. You can't see it because I hid it underneath all this black hair. Spider webs are getting in the way. So I got the hair and I tightened it in a small bun, and I used like strong hair ties to do it, and then I just put the black on top. And since black is a very strong color, it hides it completely. And I made it very long too, so even if she was wearing the blonde wig underneath, you could not tell. So that was how to conceal or change wigs and hairstyles for American Girl dolls.